Life with me, Reverend Lee. I thought I'd explore an interesting one today. Why you first? Yeah, we've been taught put the other person first. Put your brother first. Put your sister first. Put that person first. Put your mom first. Put your dad first. Total bad advice. Because until you can understand that everything begins and ends with you, you're going to be a victim. Because in my book, The Power in You, I talk about that all love reflects how much you self-love. Until you can love, accept yourself, and continue to become the best version of yourself, nothing changes. Why would you want to not put all of your emphasis, all of your focus on how you could create the most fulfilling life, that when you are on your deathbed, you're thinking about, oh my God, look at what was accomplished. So if you stopped right now and you look back at your life, go back, just look back 5 years, would you be able to notice all the changes that you've accomplished? The growth, the shift in who you are and what you become? Or would it look like it's all pretty much the same? Most people would probably say it's pretty much the same. I'm a little older, probably gained a little weight. Every day is just like the day before. That's because people are not putting themselves first. You see, in my day, I make time for Lee before anyone else. Because what I know is if I don't make time for Lee, I've got no time for Jean, my sons Stephen, Matt, and Robert. I've got no time for Claire. I got no time for my friends, no time for the community, no time for the people that I casually run into, because I'm not going to be the best me. And every day, I start my day by programming my mind, by doing Wim Hof breathing, meditation, followed by affirmations. The affirmations I use are the ones that say to myself in my subconscious mind, who is this person I choose to be today? Who is guiding me? I was doing an exercise in class last night to tell people that it's the nature of your thoughts that create your life experience, your mental atmosphere. So Sandy, you're going to love this because you're close to the same age as I am. You and I, based on our age, on an average thoughts per day, 60,000 thoughts per day, we've had about 1.6 billion thoughts. Think about that. 1.6 billion thoughts. Now, if we're trying to change the mental atmosphere of our thoughts, it's going to require us to put a lot of new thoughts in there the way we want to become. Now, Rodney, who's out there, I know Rodney's much younger than me. He's going to have to put in less thoughts to change. The younger you are, I believe with direct focus, the easier it is to change your overall mental atmosphere. It's really interesting when you start breaking it down that way. And Sandy, I don't know if you've been busy, but I know your mind has, because mine is like yours. Never stops. Never stops. The problem is most people don't think new thoughts. Almost all thoughts that a person has every day are a repeat of the thoughts of yesterday. Now think about that. If you start thinking the same thing every day, every day, what are you doing? You're hardwiring your brain to think a certain way. And the way your brain is hardwired becomes the habits of thinking, becomes the habits of behaving, becomes the habits of feeling. And the only way to change that is to hardwire new ideas, new ways of being into your brain. And that comes with affirmations. It comes with putting a pause on your thinking through meditation. And when your mind is slowed down and you're in the deep subconscious, then implant the new thoughts and they go deeper and deeper into you. I love a challenge. I love a challenge. I'll use this. Prior to December 31st, I would never, ever have imagined that I have a daily practice of getting in a cold tub. But starting December 31st, I had done the research and built the benefits of what it would do for my body and my mind. And I said, the benefits are too great. It's a natural way of stimulating my immune system. It's a natural way for me to get rid of the inflammation in my body. It's a natural way for me to stimulate my mind to become more aware, more awake. There's so many benefits. And when I started doing that, I said, oh my God, this is all about what Lee wants. Lee wants to be 124 years old, living the way he's living now. Well, this will allow me to do that. So I've done it every day. But that was a rewiring. And every time, let me share this with you. Every time I get into that cold tub, it shocks me. It doesn't get easier, but I do it. And when I do it, guess what happens? I'm building a habit of resilience. I'm building a habit of stepping into the uncomfortable. And then I breathe when I'm in it and I get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Guess what? That's the unknown. That's where all great creation comes from. Your life will expand and grow when you are comfortable being in the unknown. Being in the known, that gets boring. That's why so many people being in the known are drinking, taking drugs, watching porn. They're doing eating. They're doing all sorts of things to numb themselves because their natural DNA is to grow and become more. And for whatever the reason, they've stopped. So how do they deal with that? They use substances. It's an interesting concept to explore. Here's what I understand. I learned this from Dr. John DeMartini, and as I study more and more and more, it just anchors into my head. John will tell you that all depression and all anxiety are a result of unrealistic expectations set by yourself or by others. And when you try to live up to an unrealistic expectation, you see yourself as a failure. But if you turn back and look at your life and view all the successes you've made, you're now going to focus on gratitude. And when you focus on gratitude, you start focusing on expansion. When you focus on expansion, you put yourself first. When you put yourself first, now you have the right order from which to live. You put yourself first, so then you can put others first, so that you can put life first. But remember this, my beautiful ones. Everything begins and ends with you. Everything begins and ends with self-love. Make it a great day. Love yourself first so you can share it with others. Aloha.